Hi friends, today I want to talk to you about insects, and I'm so excited to tell you about them because I think God made them so cool. So I got some insects from the store. These are just pretend. This is a grasshopper, and I'm going to tell you a few things about insects. Insects all have 6 legs. Let's count the grasshopper's legs together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insects always have 6 legs, 6, and they always have 3 body parts. Here's the ant. He's kind of easy to see. They always have a head, and they have what's called a thorax or a middle and an abdomen. That's the bottom part. So they always have 3 parts and 6 legs. Let's check this ant's legs out. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legs, 3 body parts. Let's try the praying mantis. These are his antennae, so we're not going to count those. Let's count his legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if he has 3 body parts. Here's his head. 1, 2, 3. 3 body parts, 6 legs. Let's try this cockroach. Let's check out his body parts. Here's his head. 1, 2, 3. Let's count his legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So God has made some really cool insects. And I have this microscope, and I'm gonna stop the camera and I'm gonna show you some pictures of these really cool bugs in the microscope.
Am I stopping?
So on these slides, you can see the honeybee. That's the first picture. And you can see his 2 wings and his 3 body parts. You can see very tiny his little antennas at the top of his head. And you can see 3 of his legs. The other 3 are on the other side of him. So there are 6 legs altogether on the honeybee. The next picture is the one of the ant. That's the slide of the ant, and you can see his 3 body parts, his 6 legs. See if you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and his antenna. The last picture is a little bit hard to see, but it's a tiny little mosquito. Those are the ones that bite you and cause you to itch. And you can see his 6 legs. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And his 3 body parts. 1, 2, 3, and 2 little wings. These are some of my very favorite books, and this illustrator, Eric Carle, is my very, very favorite, and I love the way he makes insects. So we're gonna make an insect just like Eric Carle. I'm so excited. Let's try it. Hi friends, this is one of my very favorite Eric Carle books. This is called The Very Lonely Firefly, and we're gonna make a firefly just like Eric Carle may have made his. And you can see the firefly right here on the front. And Eric Carle loves to paint, and then he loves to create all these really cool squiggles and textures in his paints. So we're gonna do the same thing. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some red on my paper, and I'm gonna paint with a fork. That'll be so silly. Texture. See how it makes lines through the paint? I've added some orange paint to my paper, and I'm going to use this toothpick to make some textures in this. You might find some other things at your house to paint with. Kind of tricky. added some yellow, and I'm going to use this paper clip to make textures in the yellow. Now I've added some blue on my paper, and I'm using the back side of my paintbrush to put some texture in the blue. You can see I've added some brown and some green, and I'm going to use an eraser for the brown. Look how cool that looks. Looks like chocolate. And I'm going to use this clip for the green. First I'm going to spread it all out, and then I'm going to make some lines in it. You can also use your fingers to make a pattern. I think Eric Carle might use his fingers sometimes. There's my fingernail. Okay, so my paint has dried, and I'm going to show you how we put an Eric Carle creation all together. Remember, this is the Very Lonely Firefly. So I've cut a circle out of my green. Remember, I made texture on my green with that clip, and then I cut two eyes out of the yellow. And he has some blue in his eyes. I'm doing it just like Eric Carle. You can use different colors if you'd like. Here's his happy face. And I'm going to add his body. And this firefly has a yellow light up part on the bottom. And I'm going to push pause, and I'm going to cut out the wings with my scissors on this red. I'll show you one cut, and then I'll cut out the legs with the orange. So I'm going to cut the wings just like this. I think this firefly has 4 wings. So I'm going to cut out 4 wings with my red. Okay, here's his antenna. That's how he smells his world. And here's his legs. Do you remember how many legs an insect has? Let's count them. 1, oops. You'll glue yours on. 2, 3. 3 on one side. Let's do 3 on the other. 1, 2, oops. 3. Does my lonely firefly look like Eric Carle's lonely firefly? Kinda does. He has 3 body parts, 6 legs, 2 antennae, and 2 eyes. And this firefly has 4 wings. Maybe you can look up some Eric Carle insects on the computer, and you can design your own Eric Carle art creation. If you do, would you send me a picture? I would be so excited to see them. Have fun. See you later. Okay, let's try and think of all the things we know about insects. They have how many body parts? 3. 3 body parts. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes they have 2 antennas up here. They have 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've learned they have 3 body parts, 6 legs. So let's count how many insects I have on this piece of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we haven't talked about this spider, and I want to count his body parts and his legs to make sure that he's really an insect. Let's count his body parts. Here's his head and thorax and abdomen. 1, 2, 3. Does a spider have 3 body parts? Yes, it does. Let's count his legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, a spider is not an insect. He has too many legs. He doesn't fit. He is not an insect. A praying mantis is an insect. A cockroach or a beetle is an insect. A grasshopper is an insect. A fly is an insect. An ant is an insect. But a spider has too many legs. He is not an insect. So I had to take away the spider because he's not an insect. And I added a ladybug, and a ladybug is an insect. Help me count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Help me count the body parts. 1, 2, 3. And a ladybug's wings are on its back. So we added the ladybug. And I'm going to do a really funny rhyme that maybe you can do with me. You can use your 6 fingers. That's 1 hand plus 1 more. 6 fingers, or maybe you have bugs at your house that are play bugs, or maybe you can find 6 bugs outside and do this silly rhyme with me. So let's look at the paper with Mrs. Gilliam. 6 little insects liked to play. 2 little insects scurried away. 1, 2. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 little insects were left to play. 4 little insects began to race. 2 little insects left the place. 1, 2, they left the place. How many insects are left? 1, 2. So 2 little insects were left that day. 2 little insects were left to play. 2 little insects got a drink. 1, 2. 2 little insects left, I think. 6 little insects came back and said, we'd rather that all of us insects got back together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.